Hi, my name is Laura Kirandongo, and I'm here for another Multilingual Monday. Today I'm going to be talking about a strategy called Be a Detective. This is a strategy that can be used with any grade or age level, and it helps our English language learners and really all of our students do two things. It helps them connect to their schema, the background knowledge they already have, and it can help them build some new background knowledge for whatever they're going to be learning next. So here's my first example. You'll see a collage of photos that I've collected here and put on a slide. This is something that I would show my students before starting a new unit. And I would ask them to look and think, what do all of these pictures have in common? What do they notice? And I would have them think quietly to themselves first. And then I would have them turn and talk with a partner. And they should be sharing with that partner what they notice, what they see, what they wonder, what connection they think they see between all of these things. And what that's doing is it's giving them a low stress environment to start talking about the topic before we start learning about it as a class. Now, perhaps I have this collage of photos together for a first grade animal habitat unit, or perhaps it is something I'm doing in a biology class. I could use the same pictures for multiple different subjects. But then, after they've had time to talk with a partner, that's when I'm going to start calling on some of them to say, hey, can you share what you noticed? Can you share what you see? And I'm starting to pull out that background knowledge that they have, or maybe some background knowledge that they built by talking to their partner. Maybe their partner knew that animal in the corner was called a seal, and they didn't, but now they do. So it's helping them get comfortable with the idea of this new topic. And it's also requiring them to put on their thinking cap and see if they can figure out what these things have in common. Then, after we've talked about it a little bit as a class, then I'm going to let them know if they were right. What was the topic? Let's see. The ocean. And then I, as the teacher, would jump in and start telling them, we are getting ready to start this new topic in science, and we're going to be talking about the ocean and all of the animals that live in that habitat. And then I would keep going. But by doing a little activity like this, I have given their mind a little jump start to get thinking about what they already know about the ocean. Now, this can be used in other ways too. Here's a much simpler version that could be used in a high school class or maybe a middle school class where they would be talking about the Great Gatsby. They're going to start reading it. And to understand the Great Gatsby, you have to understand some things about the 1920s. But before the teacher introduces that, he or she shows the class these four pictures and says, what do these have in common? The same process. Think about it, talk with a partner, and they start in that low stress environment because they're talking with a peer, not with the whole class. They start discussing it. And even if they don't know that these things come from the 1920s or that era, they might start picking up on the fact that, these all look like things from the past. They look like older things. And then when you go to discuss that as a class, you use that to jump into the idea of the roaring 20s and what things were like in that time period. But once again, you've given them a little jump start. So this strategy is called Be a Detective, and I hope you find it useful and can use it in your own classroom.